Faso to get a 2-1 victory in this matchup. I'm going to go with a comfortable 2-0 victory for the Super Eagles. Gambia are going to win 1-0. I think the host will advance. They're going to pick up a 3-1 victory. Senegal will win it. I think they will win 1-0. It's not going to be pretty. Ivory Coast. I think Ivory Coast just have a bit too much for Egypt, but I think Mali will win this game 2-0. It's going to be a close game. 2-1 Morocco is my final score for Morocco versus Malawi. Down to the last 8 in the AFCON this year. The quarterfinal matchups are set, and we have some enthralling matchups to look forward to in this AFCON, which has been full of surprises, full of low scoring, and full of high scoring games. We have 4 teams who have never won the AFCON, and we have 4 teams who have previously won a AFCON. So let's see what happens, man. It's unpredictable at the moment. Don't listen to me. That's all I gotta say right now. Don't listen to me. I might have gone maybe 3 or 4 of my score predictions right in the previous round. But this round, anything can happen. I'm expecting a little bit of a cautious approach from some teams. And then maybe some teams will go for the win. So anything is possible. I want to hear your score predictions in the comment section down below. Hit the like button. Let's get it up to 8 likes as there are 8 teams left in this AFCON. Further ado, let's get to the score predictions and see if I can get any correct. In the first quarterfinals matchup, we have the debutants, the Gambia, taking on the host, Cameroon, and 2 stylistically different teams. If we look at Gambia, for example, Tom Sci-Fi and his side, they don't shy away from what they do. They sit back, absorb the pressure, and if they hit them on the counterattack or keep possession for a while, they can be very, very dangerous with the 3 players up top that are super dangerous and lead this Gambian side to the goals. You look at Musa Barro, has been one of the excellent players in this tournament where if you give him a chance, he will score. You look at Jallo as well, who his left foot is just amazing. He scores only bangers. Will he score a banger in this goal? And then if Assane Cisse starts, he is a dangerous player, one of the top goal scorers in the Swiss Super League this season. So Cisse didn't even start the last match, and they still won 1-0. And then if you look at the back, you got Omar Colley and Gomez, who have been leading this defense throughout the whole tournament and only conceding 1 goal, which was a penalty against Mali. So this defense is structurally good, and it's just solid. It's just so solid. They don't shy away from what they do. They just are a unit. Cameroon is a side where very open. They can be very open at the back, and that's the problem I have with them. At times, they are so open where teams get into 3-on-2 or 3-on-3 opportunities, and they can concede goals. They haven't kept a clean sheet in this AFCON, so that's my problem with Cameroon. Onana in goal, while he is a fantastic goalkeeper, has looked shaky at times in this tournament, so that is another worry. But I can't deny up front, they have 2 amazing players. Toko Ekambi and Abubakar have taken this tournament with their boots because they are just scoring all the goals at the moment. Abubakar now with 6 goals, Toko Ekambi with 3 goals. So if Gambia can keep quiet, Abubakar and Toko Ekambi, they will win this game because I don't see Choupo-Moting stepping up or Anguissa, and they are 2 quality players, but they just haven't shown up in this AFCON yet. So this is a tough one to call because stylistically they are 2 different teams. So which style will work? Will it be the more defensive, solid at the back, Gambia, or will it be the more open, playing with flair, Cameroon? I'm going to go with Gambia. I think Gambia are going to pick up another 1-0 victory like they have done throughout this whole tournament, continue their amazing story. I just think for Cameroon, they're just so open at the back, and I don't know if they have a plan B because Gambia will make them have a plan B. And Cameroon haven't been tested enough to have a plan B. They're only on plan A, which is just attack, and defense. Okay, we'll just try and keep it solid at the back. So that's my word for Cameroon in this game, and that's why I'm going with a Gambia win, 1-0, and advancing to the semifinals and continuing their amazing story. In the second matchup of the quarterfinals, we have Burkina Faso taking on Tunisia. So this matchup should be a little bit more even, I would say, because while you look at Burkina Faso and stylistically they also kind of sit back and hit you on the counterattack, they have very dangerous players up front in Abdul Tapsoba, Bertrand Traore, Gustavo Sangare. And then at the back you have Edmond Tapsoba, you have Labore. So Burkina Faso have a lot of quality players that can hurt this Tunisian defense. And then for Tunisia, a side that I just said I couldn't see them winning against Nigeria. With all those COVID issues, without their manager, I saw, all right, you know what, they're going to lose it, but tough luck. You have the World Cup playoffs to come. They said, nah, we're not done at this AFCON. We are continuing, and they put in an excellent performance against Nigeria with a depleted squad. Without a depleted squad. Now they're going to come back into this game, with more of their players back, and with Mohamed Drager, who was excellent at right back against Nigeria. I thought he was man of the match. You have Wabi Kaziri come back into the side. So I think Tunisia will come into this game with more confidence. They're gonna have to keep Bertrand Traore and these sort of guys quiet in order for them to win. But I think they will win this game, Tunisia. I'm going for a 1-0 victory, continue their good form that they are showing, because they were a little bit hard done by in the group stage, and I think a lot of people wrote them off because of that, losing to Mali, of course, in the dramatic fashion or controversial fashion. Then obviously the 1-0 loss to Gambia, where they were trying to push for a goal, and because of COVID issues, they had a depleted squad. I think this side are now picking up form, and they're looking like they might win this AFCON. So Tunisia are going to beat Burkina Faso 1-0. The third matchup of this quarterfinals, and it's the most mouth-watering clash. It is the North African derby, Morocco taking on Egypt. Oh, I cannot wait for this game. Get your popcorn ready, because you're going to need it for this game. When we look at Morocco, I knew they were going to beat Malawi, and I knew it was going to be tough because Malawi are just a gritty side. But Morocco showed that they have class, they have patience. They created so many chances in that first half, hitting the post, hitting the crossbar, and eventually I knew they would win the game. And then when you have your superstar player in Hakimi stepping up like that and has now scored 2 amazing free kicks in this tournament, you need your big players to step up in big moments, and he did against Malawi. And then when you have players like Boufal and Naziri, just so much quality up front that this side always creates the chances. They have to just convert them, and you're going to have to convert them against this gritty, tough Egyptian defense. And then for Egypt, Carlos Queiroz, I'm sorry. I wrote you off because I thought you were going to be way too defensive against Ivory Coast and just say, hey, we're just going to absorb the pressure and maybe we'll get a lucky goal from somewhere. But full credit to Carlos Queiroz and the Egyptian team, because they weren't just sitting back against Ivory Coast. They actually had a purpose to their play. They looked very dangerous on the counterattack. Trezeguet should have scored. He had 500 chances, for God's sake. I mean, he had so many chances, Trezeguet. He should have scored 1. He didn't. Salah was a little bit quiet in the game. He needs to step up. This is when I talk about Hakimi stepping up. Salah needs to step up and take this moment and lead his country. Yes, I don't want to just say that all Egypt should just rely on Salah, but Salah is one of the best players in this world. He needs to show it in this game. Omar Mahmoud, Mustafa Mohamed, they need to step up because they've had a lot of chances in this tournament, but didn't convert the chances. 2 goals scored by Egypt in this whole AFCON. 2 in 4 games. Needs to be much better. This is going to be a tough game to call. You have 2 great managers in Halilhodžić and Carlos Queiroz. Which manager will get their tactics right? I feel like Egypt are going to be a bit more defensive and let Morocco dictate play and have the ball more, while then Egypt will hit them on the counterattack with their dangerous players. If Egypt want to win this game, it has to be 1-0. I just don't see them outscoring Morocco. And then for Morocco, I think they're just going to have to outscore Egypt because defensively they haven't looked solid at the back, for me at least, and throughout this whole tournament. So with that being said, this is a tough game to call. This is a 50-50. This is the toughest one to call out of all the quarterfinal matchups. I'm going to ride with Halilhodžić's side, and I'm going to say Morocco win 2-1. I just think they have a bit too much quality up front. They will create the chances, and they will convert them. And with a striker like En-Nesyri who can convert those chances, Morocco will win this matchup 2-1. And the last matchup in the quarterfinals, it is Senegal taking on Equatorial Guinea. So it's a similar matchup for Senegal when they faced against Cape Verde. They're going to be favorites into this game, but I don't have any confidence in this side at the moment. I have confidence in their defense, in keeping a clean sheet, and everything's secure there. Up front and in the midfield, that's the problem I have with Senegal. There's no creativity in the midfield, and they're heavily relying on Sadio Mane up front. Now, I don't think Sadio Mane is going to play in this game. Unless somebody can let me know in the comment section down below, I doubt he's going to play. I think he's concussed, and he's going to have a concussion, I think, for a week at least, so he'll probably miss this game. Now, it's time for the other players on this Senegalese side to step up in the absence of their talisman, because they have been relying on him throughout this whole tournament, for me at least. I don't know what you guys say in the comments, so let me know, please. Equatorial Guinea. This side, it's just how should we put it? The Burnley of Africa. They are just a thorn in everybody. They don't play good football. They don't play attractive football. They have a system. They stick to it throughout the whole game. Like against Mali, right? Equatorial Guinea did probably nothing throughout the first, I would say, 80 minutes. And then in extra time, in the last 10 minutes of the second half, they just woke up, started creating chances, got into 3-on-3, 3-on-2 opportunities. If they just had their shooting boots, they could have won that game in extra time. So Equatorial Guinea are just they're not a sexy team to watch, but they just get it done. They know what they're about, and they don't care. They just stick to what they know. I just think Senegal gotta really just step up here, man. They're such a talented side, and Aliou Cisse, you know, I know he's a very good manager, but he needs to get his tactics right in this game where, okay, you don't have Sadio Mane, what else can we do? We can't just be with plan A, we might have to go to plan B and C against Equatorial Guinea, because definitely they're going to eliminate plan A, Equatorial Guinea are against Senegal. For this matchup, this has got 0-0 written all over it, and it's going to penalties. I don't see anything else between these two sides. It's going to be a stalemate going on to penalties. And I think Senegal will win on penalties because they got Edouard Mendy and Equatorial Guinea don't. Edouard Mendy will become a big player in this matchup, and Senegal somehow, without scoring a goal really in this matchup and haven't looked convincing, will make it to the semifinals without conceding a single goal throughout this whole tournament. So Senegal will win this matchup 1-0. There you have it, my quarterfinals predictions for this year's AFCON. Like I said before, I don't think I'm going to get any of these right. It's just so unpredictable at the moment. I'm going with an upset, kind of an upset with Gambia over Cameroon. And then obviously the big matchup between Morocco and Egypt is pretty much a toss-up. It's like a yo-yo. You can either go up for Morocco or down for Egypt. You pick your choice. It should be an amazing quarterfinals. Hopefully we get some high-scoring matchups because I went for low-scoring because I think it's going to be a little bit cagey from the teams. But I want to hear your predictions in the comment section down below. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Like the video. Like I said, we're going for 8 likes because we got 8 teams left in this year's AFCON. Have a beautiful day, guys. Good luck to every team, and let's just hope for some enthralling matchups. Adios, everybody.